I'm eating carrots because I really want to have M&Ms. Don't ask me what kind of logic that is. I'm not even bragging because I usually go right for the M&Ms. Okay, so Friday night I had to work in Providence from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Saturday morning. It was bad enough that Monday morning I had to work at 5 a.m., which meant waking up at 3 a.m. and I didn't get out until 4 p.m. and didn't get home till 5 something, and that was exhausting, but at least it was during the day pretty much. So anyway, so working Friday night at 11 for 7 hours, that was going to be tricky, but I had a plan. I was going to wake up at 6 a.m. on Friday, and then I was going to go for a run, and I was going to take a nap in the afternoon, get some coffee after my nap, and have dinner or whatever, and go to work, maybe go a little early and see what's happening in Providence on a Friday night. So that was a plan, but that didn't exactly happen. Friday morning came around and my alarm went off at 6, but I didn't get up until 8 because I was really tired and I thought I don't have to be up early for anything and I'm tired. And sometimes I have trouble falling asleep, so I wasn't going to deny myself sleep when it's so hard to come by sometimes. So yeah, so I woke up at 8 and I did some stuff around the house, and then around noon or so I went for a walk around the park, walk/run, mostly walking, but short runs interspersed. I actually went around the park twice-ish, cause YOLO, cause I wanted to be tired out, and then I came home and I had lunch, and then I went to bed to take a nap. But I started out by reading my book, which is kind of like huge and has small type in it and a lot of facts and stuff that's kind of hard to follow, so I was like, perfect, this is gonna put me right to sleep. So after reading for like 2 hours, no, I don't know. So after reading for a couple hours or so, I tried to fall asleep and I couldn't fall asleep. I lay in bed for a while. Anyways, so then I got out of bed. So I was purposely trying to tire myself out and then I couldn't take a nap. So I was like, awesome, I'm gonna be super tired tonight. Can't wait. Because at the Z when I work late sometimes, like once it gets past like 11 or 12, my stomach starts to hurt and everything starts to hurt and everything kind of slows down and I have zero motivation and I just feel horrible. I didn't want that to happen, especially out in Providence working for somebody else. So I was pretty aggravated and just made me think about how things don't go as planned and you can't let it ruin your whole day. I've been planning, how this day was going to go so that I could be rested and be able to work late at night. And I know, like, if you ever plan to sleep at a certain time, it doesn't happen. You can't plan sleep. I can't, like, plan to relax because I'm, like, thinking of the things I need to do. My brain won't shut off, knowing it needs to turn back on later. So anyways, I got up, I had dinner, and hung out for a bit until it was time to leave. I actually looked online to see how late Dunkin' Donuts was open near my house, and it said 12 a.m., so I was like, alright, should be good. So I decided to kill some time. I would watch a documentary on Netflix that was apparently soon not going to be on Netflix anymore. And it occurred to me that watching a documentary would be a great way to fall asleep if you were trying to put yourself to sleep. But no, that was like 8 o'clock, so it was way too late to be falling asleep. So while I watched the documentary, I ate some M&Ms because I wanted to be so full of sugar and energy. And then 10 o'clock rolled around and I went over to Dunkin' Donuts to find out that they close at 10 o'clock. Okay. But don't worry though, this is New Bedford and there's freaking 16 Dunkin' Donuts in New Bedford. Actually, I wonder how many there really are. 1, 2... There's like... Okay, there's 4 in the area that I go to regularly-ish, but that's just the places I go to regularly, so I have no idea. Anyways, so I went like across the street to the other Dunkin' Donuts, and they're a 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts, I think. So I got my coffee there, so drove the half an hour to work, was just dandy, found a close parking spot after going around the block like 7 times, no big deal. And it was fine. I was just dandy. I was in a good mood. Everything was going great. Actually, apparently this job went a lot faster than it normally does. So everything went really smoothly. And so at about 2:30, I signed out. And I was on my way back home. And I got home at 3, and I was in bed by 3:30. I laid in bed wide awake thinking, Well, good thing I'm not tired, and good thing I had coffee, and good thing I had M&Ms, and I'm still not falling asleep. So as it turns out, I didn't get up early like I planned. I didn't take a nap like I planned. I didn't work till 6 a.m. like I planned. So sometimes things don't go as you plan. And if you plan your whole day around one thing going right, probably that one thing isn't going to go right, and probably your whole day is going to be messed up. I've found that when I depend on any one thing, or put my happiness in any one thing, it goes wrong. Pretty much. But also, I mean, it's been a couple days since this series of events. Really, everything turns out just fine. And there's always later. There's always more days. There's always more time to sleep eventually. Sometimes I have a busy couple of days at work and I don't sleep much at all, and then I think, it's okay. I'll sleep later. Sometimes you have a busy day at work and then you want to go do something else crazy and fun instead of go home and sleep. And to that I say, you know what? I'll sleep later. Do the fun things now. Because there's going to be busy days and there's going to be slow days. And the world keeps on turning. So I went and got the M&Ms. So Lawrence, it's been real.